Cheryl McLaughlin, and I want to just tell you another way that you can garden. Lots of people feel like if they cannot get down on their knees or sitting on the ground, that is too hard for them. They feel like they cannot garden. Well, I want to show you the best way to garden, and it can be on a table, or you could even create a rack on a wall. And it's basically a great way for vertical gardening. And it could be on a rack, and you would never have to be down on your knees or sitting on the ground. So what I did is I went to Home Depot or some type of hardware store and got this plastic gutter. And I think it comes in 8-foot sheets, and we cut it in half, or it might come in 10-foot sheets. But we cut it in half, so it's really manageable. And this is only going to be able to be used for shallow plants, like lettuce, strawberries, herbs, different types of things like that have shallow roots, because obviously you're only going that deep. But the nice thing is it can go on a table, and then what we did is we had someone who knew how to cut wood, and they just kind of put a little piece of cedar in here. If you don't have anyone who cuts cedar wood, then you can use this Spanish moss, which is just kind of spongy. You just have to have something that is going to create some kind of a little wall, so all of your dirt and stuff runs out. And then you can go to a nursery or a store and get some fun little flowers. You can put your soil in here, and you can go ahead and put these little plants, and see these plants? You can put all these fun little plants in here, and the drainage is going to be going from the sides, so you don't have to poke holes in the bottom. So this could be a beautiful flower garden. And again, herbs, strawberries, lettuces, any types of things like that have shallow roots, and you just fill in with dirt, and you would never have to get down on your knees or get down on the ground. You could do it in a wheelchair. You could do it in your own chair, and it's a great way for gardening and being able to enjoy beautiful plants. Okay, now another thing you can do is, instead of having it this long, you can go ahead and have them cut this. And they will normally cut this type of thing at Home Depot. Ask them about that, if they will cut that. And these would make beautiful window boxes outside. And just look how beautiful these are. Now we just kind of set these in here, but you don't have to have that many plants growing that closely, because they really will grow and turn out just absolutely beautiful. Have a nice assortment of flowers right outside your window using plastic gutter. So this just happens to be my little window on my bedroom. So if I had this cut to fit this window, and then you would need to maybe secure this so in a big windstorm you didn't lose this, but you could either get some wire and hold it back here and maybe run a screw into the side of your window. But anyway, secure that. But these would make absolutely beautiful little window sills with the flowers, and they are really pretty inexpensive, and you can get paint, so you can change this from a white to have it another fun look if you'd like. Okay, let me show you another idea. I had a friend of mine who knew how to cut wood. In fact, actually I think my husband did this actually. But we went ahead and just used some scrap wood. We didn't ever go out and buy anything. This is just made with 2x4s and just some scrapped wood. So we created a bunch of little shelves. Now placement for this is really important. I have this south wall. I have this nice sun coming right at my house on the south wall. So this is the perfect place if you want to grow strawberries or lettuce or herbs or anything, because they need lots of sunlight. And I never have to get down on my knees or sitting down or anything. And I'm going to show you how I can actually have several shelves. Now, out there you're going to find this metal gutter, and then of course I have been using this plastic gutter. So the reason I really don't like this metal gutter, at least you have to be very careful with children, this is very, very sharp, whereas the plastic gutter doesn't have any sharp edges at all. The metal gutter has, you know, some of this that you're going to have to deal with. And again, there's a lot bigger chance of a child getting cut. So if you do use this, go ahead and get some duct tape and cover this and just make sure that it's not going to be a danger to children. So here is my 5-tier vertical garden that, again, any type of shallow plants, herbs, flowers, lettuce, spinach, any types of things like that would be fantastic in growing in my little gutter garden. And it is so wonderful because really, if someone cannot bend over, this is the way to really enjoy your own garden. Just make sure you put it against an outside south-facing wall so you have lots of sunshine, and you're gonna just love gardening in a vertical way. Okay, this is one other fun idea. If you have some type of a railing or a fence, you could create a really nice garden right over the top. So if we put these together using these little grooves with this fence, and again, however tight or loose you need to make it. Now I do have this fence, but it has a lot of vines on it, so pretend like the vines are not here. But you could actually fit this right over your fence. And again, depending on how loose, see, even if you had to make it a little bit loose, and you could still have these connected just by drilling a little bit of a hole, and this could sit on your fence line, you could have 2 sides of flowers. That's just one more fun, creative idea. Just think of all kinds of fun ways that you could use the fence if you use these little gutter gardens. You could make them shorter, you could make them longer. Think of railings, think of any type of material that it might be able to hook onto your house or in your yard to really beautify your backyard or front. So the cost of one of these gutters, about a 10-foot gutter, is going to be less than $15. So you could, and be sure and ask them to cut it if they will go ahead and cut it in 2-foot or 4 or 5-foot sections. But the cost will vary a little bit, but actually it's pretty inexpensive. You'll be very impressed with just how much gutter you can get. And this is just a great container that you can use over and over every year.